Okay, here's a quick walkthrough of how to use checkboxes. So in the previous one, we went through how to do multiple choice. Checkbox is almost exactly the same. So what you can see is when we set up multiple choice, we put in a question, we put in a whole bunch of answers. What I'm actually going to do to save time in this video is just change this to checkboxes. You can see everything stays the same except for the image. There's a checkbox now, not a little circle. I can still add other. I can just type them in, hit enter, it'll add another one below. I can type in, I could still reorder them, still delete one out by clicking the X over here. Same as multiple choice. I have a few other options. I can shuffle the option order just like I could in multiple choice. Now I could do data validation. I'll go through that in a minute when we come back to this. It's a little more advanced feature here, but that's how you set up checkboxes. How you fill them out. Let's just refresh it so it changes it to checkboxes. Almost exactly the same as multiple choice again, although now you can see I can check multiple. So I checked 3. Now I'll just hit submit, and there you go, it went through. Looking at this on the datasheet side, here is how it puts this into the spreadsheet, and this is important to remember. What it's going to do is put it in one column. Anything that you checked off is going to be written in there. It's going to be separated by a comma and a space. So it'll go Harry, comma, space, Paul, Harry, comma, space, Paul, comma, space, Jessica. So that's how it comes out. If you want to total these up, it gets a little complicated to teach the computer how many times Paul was checked off. You can see how Paul is text in there. It can be done, and we can go over that. But just be prepared and be ready. This is how it'll come out in your sheet. So this is how it comes out at the end. This is how I fill it out. You can see I can hit multiples. Other things we haven't talked about much in other videos, I can hit the word and it'll check it. See, see I'm over Betty. I don't have to be right on the checkbox. Setting it up, we skipped one feature that I wanted to show here, and that's data validation. You remember we did data validation for short answer and paragraph. Well, this one's a little bit different. This one you just get 3 choices. You could say select at least 2 and give an error of okay. Now when I go into this sheet, let me refresh it. Say yes, reload the page. Now what you'll see is if I've only checked 1, it tells me I have to select 2. I select the second one, that goes away. I could change this to select at most 2. So now, sorry, let me go back. I didn't refresh it. So it said select at least 2. I can select more than 2 if I want. This way, select at most 2. And I'll just change this to error. Let that save. I'll refresh here. And now, I can select 2, but see when I go to select third one, it tells me an error. And we should put a more descriptive error saying only select 2 there. Once I get rid of Frank, that error goes away. So I could say select at most 2, or I could say select exactly 2. And now you can tell if, let me refresh this. So the changes go into place. If I select 1, I get error. If I select 2, I'm good. If I select a third, I get error again. So that way you could say if you want people to select at least a certain amount, at most a certain amount, or exactly a certain amount. You could customize the number, and then you can customize the error message that they receive if they break that rule. So that is checkboxes.